die, though. Okay. Looks like it. Looks like it. Oh, I have sound on somewhere. There we go. So, basically, my plan is to try to play through all of the game's replayable story quests. But I only have about an hour and a half to do it in, so I'll probably not manage it tonight. Or, I guess it's not night, this afternoon. So maybe I'll finish off whichever ones I don't make it to later on. Oh, I've done a big dumb. Let me... update this. Alright. Yeah, it'll be better to just pop that out like I had it before. Alright. So, let's... I don't know. I was torn between starting with this one or skipping it. I guess... given that I'm short on time, I might as well skip it for now. That's not what I meant to do. And nothing should be difficult enough for me to need anything more powerful than this.
Hanhao is listening. I will
Apparently,
be
I started replaying this at some point, and
I do not trust the
it doesn't seem like it's possible for me to restart it from scratch, which is unfortunate. But I'm sure anyone who might watch this knows what's going on, so it probably doesn't matter too much, does it?
Hello, Tenno. Are you surprised? Why? You know I've always had my ear to the kennel. Those dogs don't have a clue what kind of bone they've dug up, but I do. Shall I show you? Don't worry, you can trust me this time.
Oh, right, because it's the second stream, I don't have access to my operator. That makes sense.
I know. Our past has been slightly, combative. But genocidal invaders from the other system make strange bedfellows, wouldn't you say?
I'm a terrible shot.
The sentient Hanhao, nightmare of the Oregon, boogeyman to the coppers. That thing must have your Lotus in quite a panic for her to be working with the likes of me. So this stalker seems like he's made quite a powerful friend, hasn't he? I wonder what's under that scary, smoky exterior. A heart of gold, perhaps.
Okay. Okay. I used to be a much better shot with this than I am now. Back when I actually played this game with some level of consistency. But these days, I'm just kind of awful at just about everything I do. Oh, it's a spy, isn't it? No, it's just... Right. I remember this bit. What? Not entirely sure what happened there. You can probably tell I don't play this tile set very much. Specifically, not any time I can avoid it.
Listen, tell me. You're near the dig site. Of course I could just tell you where it is, but what fun would that be? So keep your eyes peeled, if you have eyes. Yes, getting warmer.
I hate this bit.
That's it. You must smell the prize, because I know you can't see it. Warmer. Yes, this is the spot. Are these the bones you're looking for, Lotus?
Why do I have
Yes,
this stance
This
equipped?
is it. A fragment
I think I ask that every
of
time I
my
use this
father.
thing, but
destroyed in the old war.
doesn't make it any less
I
annoying.
can use it to see him. I see the stalker stronger. Hunhow's voice within him. I see the reservoir, but I feel confusion. He doesn't know unless... Oh no.
Thank you, daughter. Fear has baited you to the snare. What was secret is now known. Your Tenno, their touch. I now see the womb of the sky. My shadow now walks the path.
What have I
Oh,
done?
wrong way.
Get
Okay.
out of there, Tenno.
Yes, hurry, Tenno, but be careful. Last time you got close with the sentients, you wiped out an entire civilization. But you don't remember that, do you?
That wasn't the sentience part, though. Or at least so I would assume. Man, the last time I actually played on this tile set, whatever gun I was using was not this good, that's for sure.
Tell me, Lotus,
You know what I might
what
as
is
well
this
do right up
reservoir?
here.
Some hidden Tenno weakness?
Goodbye, Alid. You've earned your favor. We'll take it from here.
Don't think so. I'm here to protect my investment. If that thing manages to destroy the Tenno, then where does my investment go? Now then, where is he?
By the power vested in
Really?
me by the true head of the corpus,
Where did you?
I claim that.
When you connected to Hunhouse Fragment, I saw a path to the reservoir that led through here. He cannot reach it alone. He needs the Stalker to do it for him.
Oh. Oh, that's the one I shot before, isn't it? Aren't I smart?
You must be asking, Alid, what's in this for you? It's simple, really.
Okay.
I scratch your metal back, and you scratch mine.
Oh.
All the credits in the system aren't worth half as much as a Tenno owing you a favor.
Wow, I'm a bad shot. Oh, do I have this? Probably. Yep. Is this new, or have I just not seen it?
A void gate. These things never made sense to me.
I'm gonna say I've just never seen it, because I'm hardly ever on this tunnel.
You're smart, Tenno. You'll figure out how to open it again, won't you?
This needle pierces the sky. Nata, will we find the Tenno heart within? These puppets will not stop me. I will attack in many forms.
Impressive. These sentient fighters
Wait,
appear to adapt to
that's it?
damage.
I
I'd
thought
love
there
to
was supposed to
grab
be
one
a couple
and
of
see
them.
what makes it tick.
It has developed immunity to your attacks.
You're a little
Try
slow on the uptake, aren't you?
Incredible. Stalker has built void keys. Use this one to reopen the portal before more sentient fighters come. The void is poisoning them. Cross the threshold. Go now. The sentients cannot follow.
Oh, don't you just hate that feeling? Makes my stomach flip. Let's see where you've landed. Find a nav console.
How did I miss him? Really?
Sweet prophet.
Oh,
The
right.
moon
That's what I'm
exists.
supposed to be amazed
It-
by.
It was in the void all along. I knew the Lotus was powerful.
Not
but
long
this,
on,
she erased
if I remember
history.
correctly, on a
We
dev
thought it
stream,
was
not
destroyed
long
all
after
this
they
time.
originally released this quest,
My Lotus.
someone
a
at
fine
DE
villain.
mentioned that, like,
And the reservoir with
the
it.
night before the second dream, the update, not the quest, although I guess technically the quest itself shipped. Apparently, someone on the dev stream had a very sudden epiphany that the moon was already visible in the Earth skybox, and they had to go in and hotfix it out of the skybox before releasing the
As
update.
unpleasant as our past is, I have to ask.
Like the
I
old moon, like
seen
with no
inside
special
the
design
temple,
before
yes.
they had
And
decided
what I
on this
found
version of it.
didn't
Just a
make
normal
sense.
looking moon.
Does this reservoir conceal some great deception?
Everything I had done was done to protect them. The void
I forgot to switch
into
the
sentience. It's our only protection against them destroying
These
the
have a
Tenno.
much higher
Do
status
not let
chance than I
allies distract
realized.
you from your mission.
They don't know the truth either, do they? How sweet. The betrayers get what they deserve. Lies from their omnipotent mother.
I have detected a ship leaving the tower. It's the Stalker. He's on his way to the moon. You need to find a way to get this tower and onto the
Oh,
moon.
right. Okay, just stop walking right as I shoot. You do that. You'd think they'd notice suddenly not having a shield on them. What?
It seems to me that this tower is dedicated to masking the moon's location in the void, yes. Why not disable the mask so that claptrap orders can pick them up? Or is that too complicated for you? That's it, Tenno. Shut down this power grid so that your mouthpiece orders can lock onto your location in the void.
Ah.
Keep talking, Oracle called Alad V. Your silence soon comes.
If I remember correctly, back when this quest first released, these little lightning barriers would just about insta-kill anyone who tried to go through them. No small number of people had
You
to...
did it. The void mask
That's
is
not the right
crumbling.
way to phrase that.
Operator? How did you
Quite a
get
few
through to
people
me?
ended up
Don't worry,
having to
Otis is on his way now.
burn
Preparing for
through their
extraction.
revives.
The sky will be as it was meant. The shadow returns the moon. The reservoir swells with Tenno blood. The old war finally ends.
I missed. Okay. That's interesting. Oh. Right, this is technically a Corpus mission, isn't it? Or at least it was when it started. Oh, wow.
The moon.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Somehow, Ordis actually remembers the last time I
Let's
was
switch
here.
this stance out.
Concern for the
before I-
operator is at critical levels.
Before
The
I die of
suspense
annoying.
is killing me. Lotus, you have to tell us your secret. Hey, don't cut me off.
Within the moon lies the reservoir. A secret in your
Emphasizing
Tenno
slashing
power,
and
but
impaling
the secret
strikes.
is
Isn't that
dangerous.
about the only
The
kind
stalker
of
to
attacks
madness.
you have?
Forgive my deception.
with a
I was
sword?
only trying to protect you from
Why
the
is
same
it?
fate.
Why does it reduce
Now,
a slide
it is time
attack
to protect
by
yourselves by
around
ensuring
half?
the moon remains within the safety of the void.
Does that other one double your slide attack damage for some reason? Okay, so apparently Blind Justice has a different slide attack that deals half as much damage as the others, but hits twice. I've never even heard of this. You know what? I'm tempted to swap something in place of Primed Fury, because it goes a little faster than I care for. Let's see how that works. I might swap it back in later.
The stalker is
seems
heading
like a decent
toward the
speed.
void control room. Track the
Collapse the void, Shadow, so that my fragments may attack. The Tenno hearts will beat their last.
Oh,
No. If the void is collapsed, the reservoir will be destroyed, and you and the rest of the Tenno will be lost. Get to the void control. Stop the stalker.
I forgot about this.
Hiding the moon in the void. Quite the magic trick, Lotus. But Tenno, you must be
Well, that was a
asking
dodge.
yourself, where is this heart, if not in my chest?
The moon will be crushed by the weight of the void. The sky will be as it should be.
Void collapse. Oh no. It would be such a shame to lose the moon so soon after finding it. Of course, you could just put it back in its rightful place, couldn't you, Lotus?
Oh. Huh. I can't activate this in the quest, can I? Well, not with a piece of rubble under my leg. I learned quite a while ago that if you have your bow drawn,
I didn't
it'll
want to have
stay
to
drawn
guess,
when
but
you're
the
knocked
collapse is
down, and then you
imminent.
can
If the
fire it
reservoir
at
is
that
to survive, we
point
need
without
to
even having to get
out
up.
of the void. Here, help me disrupt the void compasses to reorient. There are 3 void compasses that steer the moon within the void. Disconnect them from the central system to gain control. Supply them with power from your shields while I finish my task.
Alright.
Nata, you trust this organ blood who would chisel weapons from our bones?
Your Tano powers are useless.
You cannot stop the inevitable.
Pretty sure you're supposed to run around trying to escape the Stalker for this entire section.
Keep moving. Another
But-
compass needs your shields.
Why would I bother with that?
The next compass needs power. The void compasses are all disrupted, but there is one more step. Get to the pendula. Hurry.
What was that?
Oregon, the noise you make will cease now, and forever.
Uh-oh, Hunhouse found me. Sorry I can't stick around to see how this all ends, but I've got to save my own skin. Don't forget our deal, Lotus.
These pendula keep the moon stable in the void. Power them down.
What? Where did you come from?
Security eye. Watch out.
Fine, we'll go to this one.
Wait. The security eye just
Really?
destroyed a pendula. Try and trick it and take out the rest.
Oh boy. I did not know that he could damage them. Really? Fine. Try over here.
That's it.
Oh, it worked.
The eye is taking out the pendula.
Have they made
Keep it
this
up.
more forgiving, or did I just get really lucky there?
Last one.
Oh. Okay.
It's done. The moon is falling out of the void. Hold on. This will not be a smooth ride. Get to extraction as quickly as possible.
Whoops, wrong way.
What they need, Margulis, is to be destroyed. They're devils from
Do they actually use this room outside of this mission? I don't feel like I ever see it. Like this elevator room.
No, Palace, no more destruction. We could heal them. Maybe they're meant to save us.
How can you defend these devils, Margulis?
Oh, so they just lock you in here until... Oh, that's why.
Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. They won't hurt anyone. I just need more time.
I cannot protect you. Tomorrow
Really? You... That's an interesting piece of game design there.
The moon is back in normal space, but the reservoir is in more danger than ever. Hunhow will send his fighters, and the stalker is still coming for you. Move now. We saved him from
Back
the void
when this
collapse,
quest
but
first
Hunhow can now
released,
attack the reservoir directly.
it would
It's not
show
reached the
on
sacred
the
place.
star map that the faction for this mission was sentient.
Bleed the reservoir until it is
And of
desert
course,
dry.
this quest was the first actual introduction of the sentience as anything other than just backstory, basically. I guess you did see the... whatever the ones are called that stare at you on in the underwater tile set. Okay. Okay.
Lotus,
Not a lot of reason
join
to
with me.
actually bother with that.
Destroy your shame. Become the one I love. Become Nata once more.
Okay.
It has developed immunity to your attacks. Try something different.
Oh, sentients have heads apparently. I assume that's Arcane Victory, not some other Arcane. Since I think that's the only one. Excuse me? Is this quest broken? Oh, I'll bet there's another exit up there, yeah.
So shame on you! You Orican! So perfect on the outside, but you're rotted through and through!
7 hands raised. For your apostasy, the judgment is death. Margulis, why? It's about the other rejects we consigned to Lua a few years ago. They're calling it transference. I know we are desperate, Executor, but these aren't Dark soldiers. These are golems possessed by devil minds.
Hey, we're here. Then there's this, which I believe was the very first cutscene of any kind introduced to the game, if I remember correctly. Because we were still on an older version of the new player experience at the time. I think. And of course, when I first saw this cutscene, it was in potato mode because I was playing on a $300 5-year-old laptop at the time.
dream. Not of what you are, but of what you want to be.
I'm also pretty sure, depending on the bulk of your Warframe, there's the possibility that the operator's hand will either be, like, inside the model of the frame or floating next to it.
You hesitate, Shadow, but remember your despair. This is your only chance to make it end. Your hatred is too weak, Shadow. Mine is strong. My fragments will finish this.
Operator.
Also, if I remember
You're awake
correctly,
now, but you're more vulnerable than ever.
well,
Get back to your ship.
if I
now.
remember correctly, I think it was possible to slide when this quest was first introduced,
You need to
and
focus your mind
doing
to
so
unleash
would
your
allow
true
you
power.
to make your way through here hilariously quickly. For my part, when I first played this, I didn't actually realize that you could use any kind of attack until way later when you have to fight the Stalker in your orbiter. Which meant I just ran through this entire area, not fighting at all. Man, wouldn't it be amazing if the operator Void Beam was this powerful in actual normal gameplay? Did I fall off? I probably could have if the transition screen hadn't popped up. I also remember a lot of people noticing the transitioning countdown instead of the usual mission complete or mission end countdown.
I don't know
And a
how
couple
much
of
time
other
you have.
interesting
Descend
tidbits.
into the
You
heart
can
of your
see
orbiter. There you will find the
no
somatic link.
decorations are visible. I believe originally it would reset the colors of your landing craft as well. And there was a glitch where your Warframe would just be in their normal arm or unarmed idle animation with the operator T-posing in the Warframe's hand. Why are you telling me this now?
Stalker, how? Get past him. Get to the link. Focus, Tenno. Use your energy to breathe life into the somatic link.
I'm pretty sure how long you can shoot is also decided by your Warframe energy, but I could be misremembering.
Again, it needs more power.
But yeah, when I first played this
One
quest,
more
I didn't
time.
realize that I could shoot until I had already made it up here, which means I made it up here without actually shooting any of the Stalker's beams. I just somehow managed to dodge them, I think.
No self, no sense, no death. Just a metal puppet dangling on Tenno strings. Only the Tenno's death will end your despair. All your dreadlong life, you've waited for this moment. But you're asking yourself, was I one of these wretched things? You know the answer. You still hate them. You still hate yourself.
Okay. Clearly there's still a few glitches left they need to work out. I also remember discussing with some friends of mine on several occasions whether they thought this was the operator somehow controlling the frame from a distance, or the frame acting as sort of part of its own volition. And of course, we thought, with the War Within, that, yeah, I'm not clever enough to come up with a response. But you play plenty of games much more worthy of such a reaction. As I was saying, though, I remember discussing whether or not that was supposed to be the operator breaking the sword or the frame itself. And of course, with the War Within... Oh boy.
Now we fight on two fronts, my child. The war without, and the war within.
If you're
My child.
If you're serious,
so
I
beautiful to
can
behold.
only assume that's
How
a
do you
joke.
feel?
But if you're at all serious with that one, I
I
question your
I
taste
thought
in games even more than I
was-
did before.
I know. Forgive me. This is who you really are, a Tenno. More than human, but once a child like any other. What do you remember?
Huh. It's been so long since I've done this. I mean, I like shooters as much as the next guy, but I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't actually know all that much about your taste in games other than your general dislike of Warframe. I've kind of assumed you like MMOs just by virtue of how many of them I know you've tried, at least.
From your time aboard the
But I
Zeramin
don't know
10-0,
much else.
Before the void jump accident.
I
It
guess
was
I've
years
heard you
before
talk
the ship
about
was recovered.
Splitgate and Halo.
It was drifting dead in space. All her crew gone, except the children.
We were dangerous, broken. Every time they tried to fix us, someone always got hurt. I wish I could have saved them. I wish I could have taken their
Unless
fear
you can,
away.
unless you
You
consider
were so
Warframe
brave,
1, I don't think I've
but
ever
the
played in
Orokin
him.
were afraid of
I
you.
have tried some
The
of Halo
void had
Infinite.
changed you, and you couldn't control it.
I
No one
keep
could.
meaning to play a bit
They were
more of
about
it
to
and
destroy
then
the
not
orphans of
doing it for
10-0,
one
but
reason or another.
Margulis, she loved you.
I don't play
She
a whole
found
lot
a
of
way.
competitive shooters, but Halo has consistently been the exception over the years.
She confronted them, even when she knew what it would cost
Yeah.
her. Blinded
My issue with
and sick by
MMOs
her
is
work
just
with us, yet
in
in
a
her
lot of
heart,
cases their
stronger
gameplay,
than
and
all of us.
Warframe gets to be the exception to my dislike of them because it has better gameplay than other ones that I've tried.
Your mind projected into a surrogate strong enough to withstand
At
your
least
power.
at the beginning of the game, it felt like I was making actual progress, which is not something many others I've played can say.
We sensed that otherness, but we embraced it. I was free as anything. Free to learn, to experience.
And I'm sure once the new war comes out next month, I'll play it and then drop Warframe for a few months like I did leading up to it.
Schools, the Tenno ways.
I guess it'll really just depend on if anyone else is playing.
See a crystal refracting the moonlight, the way of Zenurik. We believed the path to victory was to dominate the enemy. That strength of spirit could overcome any resistance.
Zenurik will be your focus. But we have so much more to do. Here in the Orbiter, transference will be even stronger. Command the Warframes.
I've also just not cared for just, like, whatever combat mechanics were in most of them that I've played. Black Desert was an exception, but it was one of the worst ones with not feeling like I was progressing. So I didn't end up sticking with it either.
Yes, Lotus, I am.
I'm actually streaming. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I just didn't really care to go to the trouble of doing that when I have an enormous number of other games I'm playing right now anyway. Maybe if one day in the far-off future I run out of games, I'll try that out. That's one quest down. With only 30 minutes, I'm not sure I'll be able to completely clear another one, but I might as well try.
Tenno, are you alright? Your somatics output seems high.
I just nodded off. It's
I
nothing.
mean, beginner friendliness isn't so much of an issue. I started Warframe like in its first open beta update, and it was just about the least beginner friendly game you can imagine back then. But even with how unfriendly it was, I felt like I was making progress with what I was doing. Like, I could see that I was clearing nodes of the star map, and just by virtue of sheer dumb luck, I got one of the stalker weapons within the first couple of weeks of playing. So I managed to get a hold of something strong really early. And then when I tried BDO, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm killing things and I'm clearing quests, but I feel like I'm killing the same things and clearing the same quests over and over.
It was here Margulis put you into the drain, tried to heal you, tried to give you the strength to tame the void within you. In a way, this is where all Tenno were born.
But we weren't born here.
If we're being honest, how unapproachable it was might have been a part of what actually got me to stick with Warframe for so long.
Their mistakes. Transit recordings, personnel logs, everything was wiped out. The only thing they kept was you. Detecting an unknown signature further ahead. Find out who it is and what they're doing.
I
Okay.
just saw the intruder, moving fast. I think it's Teshin.
Teshin? What is he doing here? It looks like he's heading to a reservoir. Follow him.
Leave now. This doesn't concern you, child.
I can't.
Don't call me that. What are you doing here? What was that?
The Queens.
Queens? The Grenier Queens? Tell me what?
I am warning you. You think you're safe behind this metal, but you're not. Not in the ways that matter here. Behind this, you're still just a child.
Stop saying that.
Is Teshin's sword
Follow
red,
me again,
or
Tenno,
is it just the
and
light?
you will answer to my sword.
I'm gonna say it's the light.
I thought the Queens were just an invention of Grenier Command. No one has ever seen them in the flesh.
I have a feeling Teshin has. Can you track him?
Not with Spectre's assistant, but Tenno, we don't know anything about the Queens. Maybe Teshin alone should.
No. Teshin is not going to tell me what I can and cannot do. I'll take out his specters so you can track him.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. What? There we go.
Have a lock on his route. Exfiltrate when you're ready. Teshin is trying to mask his location from us, but I have pinpointed a suspicious signal for you to investigate. Find him. We need answers. All my scans for Teshin have converged on this location. Find him.
Back when
Why
this
hasn't he
quest
reached out
released,
to
this
us?
still would have been the
If
old
he's
Jupiter,
pursuing the
wouldn't it?
Queens, we can help him.
Pride or shame, he does seem to have some connection to them. Stay on the trail. Finding the Queens could give us a tactical advantage against the Grenier.
Understood.
What did I even hit there?
Teshin. It's another one of his specters. He's trying to shake us off the trail. Capture that specter. We can use it to find the real Teshin. Well done. Return to your ship. I will alert you when I've decrypted this specter's control signature. Teshin Spectre points to what should be an unpopulated asteroid field, but deep scans show the presence of a security matrix. Someone is trying to hide something. I need you to find out what. Prepare your Arkwing. Something is hiding in this asteroid field, but before you can investigate, you need to disable the security matrix. Ordis, are you certain this is the best angle of approach?
Right,
Well,
this bit. Uh-oh.
Outside this corridor lie burst scanners,
Are you
severe
serious?
radiation,
Have I?
proximity mines.
Okay.
Bring your death beams.
So, yes, Ordis recommends staying within the shipping.
I was pretty sure for a second I just locked
Operator,
myself
watch
out of
that transport ahead.
being able
The
to
scanner is
clear
only
this
able
mission.
to scan one side at a time. You can use that to your advantage.
You, Ordis, keep the transport between yourself and the beams. Do not let them touch you.
Okay, in all seriousness
scanner
though,
to
we
the
know
right
the
of the
Grenier
ship.
have better tech than this, so why? I mean, obviously for the sake of gameplay, but
They're going to scan the top of the transport. Get below it.
Nicely done. They still haven't seen you.
Look here.
oh. Could I have just gone through there? I'm gonna guess that that's a reason why the answer is no. Ooh. Do they have a rope on the front?
This is the last scanner. Yes! Might I say, that was smooth, operator.
This checkpoint is the central hub of the security matrix. Shut it down so Ordis can fly you in undetected. You're through. Land at the checkpoint. They're coming for you. Don't let them override the shutdown.
Don't let them override the shutdown. Because breaking a computer is totally how you make it stop doing, how you make it do something different than what it is. I guess not existing is something different from existing. Oh well, I'm a terrible shot, aren't I?
Soldiers no longer detect standing security.
Good, but we can't take any chances. Silence the remaining Grineer.
Oh, he's in the turret.
Get Clem!
Really?
You are in the clear. Keep moving.
Are you seeing this?
It must be the Queen's fortress.
Are those Fomorian engines mounted on an asteroid? No wonder we've never been able to find it. It's always moving.
In your ARP.
We need to analyze the intel you gathered before our next meeting.
Negative. I'm heading in for a closer look.
There was a lot of influence to store. I recommend this mission and brief Tashi to reach out.
If the base moves again, we'll lose this opportunity. I'm going in.
Ooh.
What up?
Hey. Just so you know, I am live streaming. I just figured I'd hang out in the game channel while I did. So don't get anything that would, or don't say anything that would get me banned from Twitch or YouTube.
I'll do my
Massively
best.
fortified. The Queens have to be here. I'm going to infiltrate the base.
Oh dear. So, anything interesting up with you?
Are you
I
receiving
have
me?
finally gotten the ability to play High Fleet. Have you heard of that game?
I have not.
It's pretty insane. It's Slavic steampunk, where you command a fleet of ships, and you go around and shoot a bunch of stuff. But it's very pretty, and it's got cool cool combat.
Seems pretty interesting.
I am here again.
You are.
For the Tenno.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I assume I'm supposed to be. I had intended to live stream trying to get through all of the previous replayable quests in Warframe, and then ended up not actually being able to get started until
We fought with honor.
a little over an hour ago. And realized pretty quickly there was no clearing all of the quests before I'd need to finish up.
You kind of be like that.
So I'll probably just continue them tomorrow or Monday. It has actually just occurred to me, though, that I should probably go ahead and end this, because if I continue past this point, I'll basically lock myself into having to complete the entirety of the War Within, pretty much. And with that being the case, I guess I'll go ahead and end... Well, actually, I think I've already locked myself into it, so for now I'm just gonna progress and then hope it can pick up back up on the rest of the quests after I've quit the game and come back. Oh,
I mean, what's the worst that can happen, really?
That's a fair enough point.
I mean, either it'll start you at the beginning of the point of no return, or you'll have to repeat the entire quest.
So just out of curiosity, Charlie, I know you're not really a fan of the game as a whole. Did you care at all for Warframe's story?
I tried to. It got a little convoluted, though.
That is fair enough, I suppose.
I don't dislike it. I just don't feel like reinstalling it, I think.
No, I totally get that, and I wasn't trying to convince you to.
All good.
I was just kind of curious as to what your opinion of it was.
It was a little weird.
I was gonna try and convince you.
Shit. You're gonna tell me that I'm about to get hit by 15 heat-seeking missiles.
Lotus, if you can hear me, something's tampering with.
I've been having my own issues with Warframe.
Oh?
Mostly because of the RNG.
Those do tend to be the core of a lot of the issues with Warframe.
See, I've cracked open 3 Radiant L3 relics, trying to get the Limbo Prime chassis blueprint.
Uh-huh. And you got 0
With-
Limbo Prime chassis blueprints?
With 4 other people also cracking open, well, 3 other people also cracking open the exact same Radiant relic, still nothing.
Seems about right.
It seems like I'm not the only one having problems.
That's kinda just the nature of relics. Okay. This is, like, the really big point of no return with the quest, and would be really inconvenient to pick up back up later. So this is where I'll go ahead and end my stream. If anyone's watching, I know some people were earlier, I'll probably continue these tomorrow or the next day, and if I don't, then I probably won't continue them at all. Because by the time I have the chance again, the new quests will be out, and I'll be playing those instead. So yeah, tune back in for those if I actually do that. If not, Void will finally be out of classes, and we will be continuing Code Vein next weekend. So maybe come back for that. And